Hello. I decided I wanted to try and do some videos. This is my first video that I've made, and I'm usually a pretty shy person, so just bear with me, please. And but I had this on my mind for quite a while, for about 3 or 4 years. I just had it on my mind to do these videos and stuff, and in the hopes that it would maybe help somebody in some way, or people can relate to the things that I just want to talk about, and maybe even perhaps just help somebody somehow. But you're looking at a lake that is near me. I know it doesn't look the best, but what they do is in the winter they drop the water down low, and then in the spring they'll raise it back up, so it looks kind of muddy and greenish right now, but it will get prettier later on. But okay, so what I wanted to talk about today is I've noticed for a while that and that people just don't seem to be as kind to each other anymore. And I've thought about it for the past couple of weeks. It's been on my mind, and I've talked to God about it and prayed over it and stuff. And because if you don't talk to God every day, you should. Whether you're just driving in your car, if you're home alone by yourself or whatever, just talk out loud to Jesus, and because He's, if you know Him and you have a relationship with Him, it helps. That's something that I learned a few years ago when I couldn't understand how are you supposed to pray without ceasing, and so that was it came to me that the best way is to just talk to him every chance you get. Just talk to him, and if you talk to him out loud, it makes it as if you're talking to a friend that's standing there with you, and really he is. So that's one advice that I could give you out there, and it does make you feel closer to him, and if you draw close to him, he will draw close to you. So okay, so anyway, I have noticed that it seems as if the world is lacking kindness. You just don't see it that much anymore, and so I've been praying lately for a while that God would help me to have more kindness, because there's so much that's happening in our lives today, and there's everybody is stressed out more than I know myself, that I you can't help for being stressed out and stuff, but it seems like we live in a world that is just full of stress now. There's just so much going on, and there's so much hardships anymore, and so much struggling that we all are going through, and just try to remember to be kind, because you really don't know what the person next to you is dealing with in their own life, and just a kind word to somebody could help put a smile on their face or something, or do like I do. If I'm sitting in a parking lot and waiting for somebody when they run into somewhere, and I'm waiting for them, so I'm just sitting there waiting on them to come back out so we take off, and I just I'll see somebody coming out of a store or something, or just walking into a store or something, and I just pray for that person. I don't know that person, but still just pray for that person, because you don't know what they could be dealing with, because I believe that every single one of us is dealing with something in our life, and there may be people out there that has nobody, that has no one at all, and there's perhaps people out there that are completely alone, and they don't even have friends or no family and stuff, and there's nobody that's praying for that person. You just never know. So, pray for people, even if you don't know. If you just sitting there and you see somebody just walk by or something, just pray that God will bless that person. And if they don't know Jesus, then pray for that person to come to salvation, because really that is the main thing that we really need, is to be saved. We need a personal relationship with Jesus, because this life will be over someday, and we have eternity that we're going to be looking at. And so I hope that you'll think of that, and try to remember that, that we're all here on this earth, and we are all dealing with things, and we're all struggling. We all are going through trials and things in this world, and just a little bit of kindness would help somebody, because I just don't see people being kind to one another anymore. It's very rare that I see it. I mean, there's good people out there. There's many good people out there, I think. But the world that we live in, and with the technology and everything, and everybody's got a phone anymore, and it just feels like it's a cold world, not like it used to be. And so that's my advice. Hopefully, is that's what's been on my mind, and hopefully, somebody will say, you know, that is something that the world needs more of, is some kindness. Um, I've heard a preacher not long ago talking about that being kind to somebody is something that a lot of people don't think about. We don't think about that, just to be kind to somebody, and it's just like, the world is just it's getting harder. I believe that the world's getting tougher to, and there's, I know we're all stressed out in so many ways, but just try to take out that moment, and just try to breathe, and you make the decision on how you want to react to somebody or something, and just try to take a breath, if you're going through a lot of stuff or something, but just try to remember to really be kind. So that's all I really want to say today, and thanks for hanging around my ramblings. I mean, I talk to God quite a bit. I talk to Jesus quite a bit, and I always think of him as a good friend, and he is a good friend. He's not just my savior and my king, but he is, to me, he's a good friend and a good listener, and I feel like I can talk to him about anything, pretty much. Anything that's on my mind or bothering me, or my concerns or anything, I can go to Jesus and just talk to him, and I know that he's there. He listens, and God likes to hear from you. God really wants to hear from you. He likes for you to come to him and just talk to him and tell him what's in your heart, and your concerns and everything, and if you have worries or anything like that, and not really just that, but he just I talk to Jesus about just everyday things sometimes, because it's like when you meet somebody for the first time, and you slowly start becoming friends and stuff. Well, how do you do that? It's by communication. You talk to one another, and even though I can't audibly hear Jesus, but I know that he is there. I know that he's there, and and by reading his word and praying, also very important. By praying and stuff, you do get closer to him, and because always keep in mind that if you draw close to him, he will draw close to you. So I'm going to close this, and just let me know what you think in the comments. Just be kind to me, please, because this is my very first video, and hopefully I'll get better at this, and because, like I said, I'm a little bit nervous and stuff, and I am a shy person. So hopefully you will like this, and continue to follow, because I hope to make many more of these, and hopefully that this lake will start looking a lot better, and I can get better pictures of it. But thank you, and God bless you, and take care.